Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. So, like, you want to make a server, right? A Minecraft server? Like, a Spigot server? Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you know how to make a Spigot server right now, actually, in fact. So, like, we're just going to make a new document, a new folder, I mean. Just call it whatever you want. So, we're just going to call it, Gay Babies. Gay Babies. That's what we're naming our server, okay? Right? And then you want to go to this website. I'll leave the link down below. And you just want to download the latest release or whatever version of Minecraft you want to be running your server on. Just click download and then click this. And then put it in your folder and just let that download. And as you can see, we have a file here. So what we're going to do is then we want to make a new text document in the same folder. It doesn't really matter what you call it. Right, open it up. And then I'll leave a copy and paste text down in the description. So you paste that. So I'll just quickly go over what all this stuff means. So this is the max amount of RAM that your server will take up. And this is what it'll start off. This is how much RAM it'll start your server off with. So right now I have the server set to 500 megs. If you have a good connection to the internet, if you have a good internet connection, 500 megs is fine. It's what I use. But if you're going to be having a lot of people join your server, if you're going to be having a lot of worlds loaded in at the same time, and if you're going to have like a lot of plugins, you're going to want to increase the amount of RAM, which you can do just by doing this. And then we go to File, Save As, and then this is very important. Follow exactly what I do. You want to go to Save as File Type and change that to all files, and then name it to something like I name mine Startup, and then you want to put .bat. And so what that will do, it'll make a bat file that actually automatically that sets up your server and everything for you. So you can just get rid of the text document and now you just have the bat file. So you're going to want to double tap that. Now if this error comes up, what you want to do, you want to go to this website. So I'm just going to copy the URL. Give it a second. And you want to go to downloads and then Spigot/build tools, and you want to go to you want to click buildtools.jar underneath the latest last successful artifact, and just save that to your server folder. And we're also going to need git. So just type up git download. I'll also leave a download link in the description. Just choose your operating system. So now that I've got that installed, you'll see that the bat file has come up with this after 20 seconds. Failed to load server properties, blah blah blah. We also need to agree to the EULA to run the server. So it's pause, blah blah blah. So you want to open up EULA and just change the false statement to true. Make sure you save it. Okay, so if you've got Git installed and you right click, you'll see you'll have these two options here. We want to go to Git bash here, and then you want to go back to that website that we were on earlier. This one. And then you want to click whatever Minecraft version that you're running your server on. So when we're on this page, click on whatever version you selected here. So I'm just doing the latest version I have at the moment, which is 14.4. And then you want to copy this text right here, so Control C. And then you want to open up the Git and you want to paste. Just press enter. And this may take a while, so just sit back, watch a few YouTube videos or something. Yeah. Okay, so even on my computer, which is kind of good, it's kind of a good computer, it took about 5 minutes. So once you get to this page, you know everything's done. Once it says success up the top, you can just close that. You don't need to worry about that anymore. And holy moly, we have a bunch of files. So just double check that you've agreed to the EULA, and then we can try and start up our server again. And as you can see, it just doesn't show that error that was showing up earlier. Just do what I just did every time that error message shows up. It happens about once a month, I would say. And once you start your server up with the bat file that we just created, it will go up, it will create your world, preparing spawn area and whatnot, and you get a lot of files. But you don't even have to really worry about even half of them, so I wouldn't really get too stressed about all of that. Okay, so now it's done. It took about 30 seconds to start up the server for the first time. It will get faster and better as time goes on. Okay, so now that that's loaded, just type stop to stop the server, and it'll save all the chunks. It'll make sure everything successfully stops, and then just press any key to continue, and the server's off now. So we need to do this thing called port forwarding. So we can do that by finding out your default gateway. So we do that by going to your Windows here and type run. And then we want to type CMD, short for command prompt. And then you come up with this thing. And you want to type IP config and press enter. You'll see a bunch of numbers come up. What you want to look for is your default gateway. So I have it right here, it's just 10.1.1.1. So just copy that, and then go into any browser, just make a new tab, and you want to copy and you want to paste that, and then press enter. So this is actually your router settings. If it comes up with a sign-in message like this, usually the username and password by default is admin, then you can sign in. So this would be different for everyone that has a different router than me. So usually you might have to do a little bit of looking around, but you want to look for something that mentions port forwarding. So it's in WAN services for me. So you just want to go into here. You see I have a few Minecraft servers here, and what you want to do, you want to make a new port forwarding rule, or add a new IPv4 port mapping. So again, this will be different for everyone, but it's generally the same. My port name would be whatever, so I'm just going to call it MC server. And then you want to change the protocol to UCP/UDP. And then the port, by default, would be 25565. If you're running more than one server, you can just choose whatever port number you want. But if you choose whatever port number you want, your IP will have those numbers on the end of it. But if you choose 25565, you won't have to, so I'm just going to use that. For this, you want to put it in the WAN port and LAN port, and then your destination IP. So if you go back to the IP config that we were on earlier, you can find your IPv4 address. It's right here, and mine is 10.1.1.107. So I'm just going to type that. And there's my desktop. And you want to add that. So it's going to come up with an arrow saying, got it. So I already have that port forwarding rule set up, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so now that's probably the hardest part of this tutorial, finding your port forward settings and configuring it and all that. Usually just a quick Google search with your router company name usually helps. You can find tutorials online and stuff like that. It's different for everyone, once again. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. So a program that I recommend is called Notepad It's a free program. It's pretty much Notepad, but it's better and it's more for coding and stuff. It's really useful. Opens pretty much every file that has something to do with text. And you want to find your server.properties. You don't need Notepad++, but it just looks better. So we have a bunch of settings here, like your spawn protection. I like to set that to 0. Game mode, you choose your game mode, and then your difficulty. You can enable PvP, maximum players. Now this is important, your server port. So remember when you're in our gateway, it's whatever you set your port forwarding numbers to. So by default, like I said before, it's 25565. If you're running one server, that's all you really have to worry about. And then your server IP, so that is your IPv4 address. So to find that, again, it's got to go into CMD, IP config, and it is your IPv4 address. That's what that is. So you just want to copy that and paste it. And then if you want players that have cracked clients, so like T Launcher and all that, you want to turn this off. So you want to set it to false, and that allows them to join, but you won't have any skins. But that is what's good about a Spigot server. There are plugins that actually restore your skins. For example, there's a plugin called Skin Restorer. It's free and whatnot. And then your motto of the day is the text that actually appears on the bottom of your screen. So I'm just going to set my motto to okay, so all of our settings have been configured and whatnot. So we can save it by going here and then save, or Control S. There's also a button up here. We can close that. And then let's start up our server. And while that's starting up, I'll just start up Minecraft as well. So to connect to your server, you're going to want to add a new server. And then your server address is actually the IPv4 address that you can find here again. So mine is 10.1.117. And if you have a different port forwarding number, so if you set your port forwarding number to something that isn't 25565, you would have to put a semicolon and whatever the numbers are. But if you just set it to the default 25565, you don't have to do that. So I'm just going to press done and give it a second. I'm going to try and join. Oh, here we go. So to OP yourself, you want to open the console. So as you can see, I joined. This is an alternative account. And just do OP and then your name. So just Happy Rounds. And as you can see in the game in the background, I've made Happy Rounds as a server operator. So I can do game mode, creative, and I am. So right now, this is just the default server. It's running as if it was a normal server that doesn't have any plugins or anything. So right now, we're going to add plugins. So I'm just going to disconnect and leave Minecraft running in the background. And what I like to do when I shut off a server, and you got to do this before you make any changes, you're going to do save dash all, and that saves the game. Just wait till it saves the game, and then you can type stop. Okay. So if you go back into your server file, you'll see a folder called plugins. Now I'm just going to leave a zip file containing a bunch of what I would call essential plugins, ones that I would use on my personal server. So I'm just going to go to one of my normal servers. So here are the plugins I like to use. So Core Protect, Essentials X, Essentials Chat, Essentials GeoIP, and Skin Restorer, and World Edit. I'll just add these in and I'll quickly explain what they do. So these are all jar files. Core Protect, that lets you make backups of worlds and restore those backups whenever you want. It also logs what every player does and when they do it and what if they break any blocks or anything. So it's good for finding out who griefed your base or something. Essentials X just adds a bunch of commands that just make your server experience a lot better. Essentials Chat just adds a bunch of chat features. GeoIP, it announces where the player is joining from, so like Australia or United States and whatnot. Skin Restorer, so as I was saying earlier, if you set your if you go into server properties and you set your game to offline mode, so online mode equals false, means your server's offline. You want to use Skin Restorer, and that searches the Minecraft database for the skins that the players are using and shows it in-game. And World Edit, it's a really cool tool if you're going to make big areas and stuff. All of these are only accessible to admins, so I would have access to these, but if just a random person that isn't OP'd joined my server, they wouldn't have access to any of these commands, or most of them at least. So once those plugins have been installed, we can start up our server again. Okay, server's up. Now we can join the server. And so if you do /pl, it tells you all the plugins that you have installed. So World Edit, for example, I'll do //wand. It'll give me a wooden axe. I can just select these and then do //fill with leaves. No, you do replace, I think. Oh, it fills where you are. I don't know. I'm sure there are tutorials on how to use all these plugins online. What are the other plugins that we have? Skin Restorer does stuff by itself. Okay, so Essentials. One of the things that Essentials does is instead of doing game mode survival like that, it does take a little while. What Essentials does is it shortens it, so you can just do GMS, and now I'm in survival, and same for creative, so GMC, now I'm in creative. So it that's what I use Essentials for most of the time. Also, it has a bunch of cool commands like /Thor. Just lightning strikes wherever you're looking at. That's pretty cool. GeoIP, I have no one joining the server right now, but if they joined, it would say where they're coming from. Core Protect, so if I do /I, see, CO, my bad. So I can do COI, and if you go to a block, it tells you what a player has done. So I'm just going to disable it, break it, place a grass block. So if you want to find out who replaced that grass block there, you want to enable inspector mode. Just hit it, doesn't matter left or right. No, you have to hit it with your left button, sorry. And as you can see in the console, it just tells me when and where I placed this block. So that's pretty cool. I can also do rollbacks, so if I do /co rollback, I can roll back everything my username has done in the past 1 hour, so 1H, and then it's been restored. So that's good for griefing and stuff. Okay, cool. That's cool and everything, but there's one problem. You can't give people this IP here, 10.1.1.7. They simply cannot join. So there's a free website I use. It's called Free DNS. I'll leave a link in the description. And you need to set up an account for this. I already have one, so I'll just log in. Now, if you go into registry, so if you go into the registry tab, you can see all of these extensions. This protects you from DDoSing. I'm fairly sure. I'm not too sure, but you want to look for ones that look okay and ones that have a public status. So I'm just going to go with moo.com. So your subdomain would be what comes before the moo. So I could do muscular crap. Usually you'll choose your server name, but you don't have to, but I would, but I'm pretty sure Gay Babies has already been taken. So domain is moo and destination. What you want to do, you want to open up a new tab and go to IP chicken. And this will tell you what your IP address is. I'm gonna blur mine out so you won't be able to see. Don't give this to anyone that you do not trust. That includes your online Minecraft Epic friends. Don't give it to them. So I'm just gonna copy that, and then I'm gonna go back to subdomain. And in destination, you're gonna paste it. And then you want to do this really easy human verification thing up here, down here. So you just type in the code and then press save. So it turns out I have too many subdomains. So I have more than 5 here. So once that's been added, you want to give them the IP. So for example, the new IP would be whatever your server name is, dot, and then whatever domain you used. And if you have a separate IP, if you have a separate port number, what you'll do is you would give them the server IP. So this is just an example. So our IP that I made would be muscular crab.moo.com, and then you would put in a colon and then the numbers, so 1, 2, 5 or whatever you chose, and press done. And then that's what you would give your friends, but the way you would join it would be whatever your IPv4 address is. So for me it's just 10.1.1.7. And I'm pretty sure that covers everything. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down in the description. Sorry, let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll try and answer all of them. I try to do that all the time. Try and join my Discord. I'm usually online. Just ping me, and I'll answer any questions that you have. Don't give the IP to anyone that you don't trust. Don't give it out to random people. Unless you know what you're doing and you have DDoS protection and all that. Once again, hide your actual IP from anyone online. They could use it to hack into your network and mess up your lives. It's pretty terrible. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that covers about everything. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.